my god. Oh, the sun's so bright. Today is Friday. God, I'm like a mess. Oh, God. Today's Friday, and it's my, I guess it's my first official day. No, I guess because if you move in, I guess I moved in. It's kind of hard to, it's hard to, this is hard to, it's hard to speak of my life. Not that it's, I'm not like, my life is, okay. It's just hard to, yeah, it's hard to narrate my life because it's nothing, it's just surreal. Right now is like, I'm so detached with my life. Like, my life is not it's out there. What's really weird to me is it really feels like I'm really detached from like everything. I'm like, these are like the forgotten days, or I pray to God they're days. My life has been, I got shaken and rattled and just fucking it, I don't know, what's a good analogy? I'm hot as fuck, so I'm aloof. And that's actually, yeah, you know what, I bet you I am aloof, because I am like under, like a survival mode, or a little bit of everything right now. But I feel fine. I'm not dysregulated at all. I'm like, I don't know, I'm like pretty cool and easy breezy amidst chaos and just crazy making. So I'm in Apple Valley now, and actually close to my house. You know what? It's super close. My house, it's actually the same street to be, just on whatever. Let's see. My brain is scattered right now. It's I have Graves' disease, so it's like I have an intolerance to heat, and as a literal thinker, I'm thinking, well, damn, intolerance to heat. That means this person biologically, there's something with the heat. It doesn't really say what though, but I don't know. I don't really know what it is. I just know that. Well, it's an autoimmune. It's like not a symptom, but it has to do with autoimmune. I have Graves' disease. Who knows? Well, I know, but I don't know, like see, I'm scrambling. Oh my god. Well, I should roll down a window. This car doesn't have air conditioning. The heat's just starting up. I'm homeless and disheveled. Is it disheveled? No, that's like a mess. Uprooted. I'm uprooted from a place. Well, I know better than to think if I end up, because I've been homeless and living in a fucking car. So if I find a home, it's like, yay. But then, it hasn't worked out yet, honestly, in this past year of homelessness. So, boo. But, it's not really a boo. I just said it because yay and boo. And, okay, so it hasn't worked, which means I did not stay in a bad situation. Because I really, I'm really just, I'm really into me now, I'm like, for starters, I'm my favorite person. I'm my best friend. I'm my own hero. I'm like the shit. And right now, like, for the past, like, all my life, it's been, like, I've been in like a bunch of, like in a bunch of landmines and just bad shit. Well, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm really like dehydrating, overheating. Oh, I don't like with the car. I'm gonna turn it around. Does it matter though? It doesn't matter because I'm getting out. Oh, hey, this will push me to get out. I have agoraphobia. I don't know if it's exactly what, because I heard it's an ADHD. It's not a symptom, but it's like how the thing. What is it called? Like what they present as. I'm really hot. And I'm in a new place, and it's just somewhere where I never thought in a million years I'd be, and I'm in a vulnerable situation, yeah, but not like health wise, I guess, or safety wise. I'm gonna park the other way because I might. I think so. I'm gonna at least take a drink of water. Okay, I like this. It has the camera on the window mirror, whatever, reverse. But yeah, I've been displaced from my daughters, where after not even a week, but oh my God, I don't even know the days. Just a few days, and it no fault of my own, other than my own stubbornness and my need for autonomy and control over my life. Because my Jabarian Shepskis, they're puppies, and they're very aggressive. They were born into homelessness, and it's just me and them basically. Like when it really matters, like at night, living alone in a car, both in the desert and in the city. It's kind of, it's an already stressed environment. You know what I mean? So they're like born. They were born into my life collapse. That's a good one. Yeah, I was they were maybe like a month old when my life really got disheveled. When I got officially locked out of the house that I own, that I've lived in since 1977. And I may have moved out a couple of years here and there, but it's my childhood home, and my house where I raised my 5 kids and my grandbabies, 8 of them. And it's just my home, my whole life there, and my kids' life. My son died in my house. My brother died in my house. And I survived domestic violence, like 22 years in that house. But it's how my daughters were married there. It's home. Anybody, what am I even saying? Everyone knows what home is. And just after a lot of heavy shit I was going through, and man, I've gone through so much shit, and so much of just like a life, just like, I don't know. It's no like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to me about, just growing up not being raised like healthy. That's almost like all of us. And carrying like the CPTSD and arrested development, shame, and just everything from a childhood, and not having your needs met, or not reaching those fundamental age development or brain development stages. Like if your parents teaching you boundaries and self-care and health care and mental health, just everything. And I was a scapegoat. I was a scapegoat of my family. And oddly enough, I became a scapegoat in my my family of origin, and then the family that I brought. I ripped up. So So I don't know what I'm saying. But my life has been a mess. Not a very many good breaks, but blessed, always blessed. I'm glad to be me. Hell yeah. And you know what? I'm a fucking badass. Just look at me. So I do care what I look like. One of these days will be your last days on earth, and I don't want to go and it doesn't matter, but I like myself too much to go down in flames. Not like double flames, but just I don't know, I'd probably be no shoes, because that's my thing. I'm one with the earth. It could be an Indian thing. I am Indian. Like Indian. Like, I was born, I wasn't born on the reservation. I was born I get 7 months. Too small, so that started in the reservation, and I was airlifted to Phoenix, Good Samaritan Hospital, and in an incubator for, God, I think I was in an incubator for a couple of months. Youngest of 5. And just, can you imagine, newly brought into the world in a month or two? Well, the babies, you would think they don't know, but it's in your DNA. It's, damn, you know what, that's pretty sad. Pretty sad for the baby me, and, all the other baby me's, or all the other babies like me, that, you're newly brought into this brand new world, and we know community, we know touch, belonging. The need, you hear your parents' voice, like your mother's voice, and it's just the DNA, the heartbeat. You're so intimately connected to your mother in the womb, and then it's like the womb can't, sustain your life, so you're no longer separated from your mother. And I was like one of those tiny, 1 pound, 2 pound babies, and I didn't have, when you're born, you don't have, who knows what the babies have, honestly, but I'm sure they don't have speech. What do they do? What if they have memories? Well, I guess you do, because you carry through epigenetics our biology, we're really in tune with our ancestors. It's in our DNA. Shit, I have stress responses from my mom's stress. Not even mine, but it's in my nervous system. My mother's stress. The generation before me. And by that alone, I pass it on to my daughter. And I recognize it a lot now, but it took me years of really learning about biology and psychology and the brain and epigenetics, and just body and soul, just whatever. But yeah, I started my deep diving, I'd say, in 2016. And I'm on the spectrum and ADHD. So I have a beautifully, very curious brain, where I don't watch TV or movies. I just love documentaries and anything informational. Oh man, I love that shit. And they could be regurgitating the same thing, the same, and that happens a lot too. But, sometimes it's the same information, but told a different way. Because I know when I first was like, like just getting informed about neurodivergence, like say the autism spectrum, and it would say like they do patterns, and I'm a literal thinker, so and I don't and I'm not a what is it? I'm not a photogenic thinker. I don't know what it's called. Like I don't see pictures, so if I've never experienced it, and I don't know what it looks like, then I go into figuring it out on my own. Like today, I was talking to Arthur. He's a chiropractor, and he's trying to, because of my back. Oh my god, I had a very bad arm injury, back injury. What? I fell on my arm. Well, not that I fell. I was thrown. I was tossed up, and I landed on my arm. My feet. I was walking. My dogs took off, and the best recall for me with them is to ignore them and to turn my back or walk the other way. Well, not or, all of it. And that's what I did. I was in the city. And I had them on a long connected leash. So, they're on one leash, 2 dogs. I'm homeless, no money. And someone stole my leashes and harnesses, and then I lost it. And so, shitty supplies. But anyways, it was a stretchy rope, I believe. But they're connected. And so I'm like turning my back, walking away from my dogs. And they're Jabarian Shepskis. Very hyper overactive dogs. And fucking strong. They're strong. Octavia, she's all muscle, lean. She can climb or jump. I didn't see how she did it, but she jumped or climbed 6 to 8 foot fence, because it's way taller than me. My daughter's fence, the wooden fences. Like by the time I closed the gate and just took a step, she already landed down on the bottom. So I don't know how she did it. Her mom used to do that, and everyone was like, "Oh my god," they're amazed by it. She did, and she was a lot bigger. And so, if I didn't experience that, if everyone like, "Oh my god, look at your dog," like it was something unusual, I wouldn't have known, and I would have thought that all dogs do that, or all big dogs do that. Because Octavia did it all the time. So I'm just amazed that I'm just amazed by someone else's experience, because like my life is, my mom, I wasn't taught a lot of stuff, so my whole life has been, I guess, reparenting myself. I don't know if it's reparenting, but it's just, I'm living life without that manual. And I don't talk with my mother, so I don't have that. I don't have a manual, like a book either. Because parents, as parents, we're supposed to be the manual for our kids. You mirror back emotions to them. There's so much. Raising kids, man, I would do, without a doubt, I would do a phenomenal job in raising kids. Right now, I'm just, like, I'm on the ground floor of a life collapse and tragedy and loss. And if anyone were to ask me, which nobody does, people just judge, and they can be mean and cruel and for no reason. Probably because I'm too laid back, and I don't know. I can't say it's non-effective, but I'm very sensitive, so it could, it could hurt your feelings, but I don't take it personally. They don't know me, and like, a lot of people, I don't have any bad intentions, malicious intentions. I don't hold hate, even for people. Not even, I just don't have hate. And that says a lot. But like my ex-husband, he's way out there. And if anyone I should hate, he'd be like on top of that list. Because he's cause a lot of chaos and damage and pain and suffering and just, stuff like that. But I wish him well. I wish him love. Because if he's happy, then hopefully he can get some help with his everything. Wouldn't that be so nice? Because, like, even narcissist, which I'm not going to even say that that's what he is because it's such a lame label. Like, everyone's a narcissist. And, I would definitely disagree. But I'm not discrediting anybody's experience. How could anybody? But sometimes, we can be emotionally attached and charged, and there's no balance. Like, there's no logic. And right now in my life, like, low keeps getting lower and lower and lower. And the future is like, sometimes it gets grim, and then fucking, there's just no there's just no limit to how low goes. Having said that, it puts me in a state of, like, gratitude and blessed, because it can be lower. So instead of dwelling on the new low, I celebrate the not better and the not worse, and just be grateful I'm at where I'm at, because it could get lower. So I am. I guess I should start going in the store. But I don't know. I'm really at a cool place in my life on the inside. My outside reality, it's I'm working on it. It's really challenged. But it could be really sad and really scary and really worrisome, for sure. And sometimes I let myself go there, but I don't stay there that long. And by me talking, which I never had the liberty to do so, and I'm talking to you, but who's you? I'm literally just, I'm like really just talking to myself. And if someone's out there, you're out there, I'm here. No, but if someone's out there, then that's cool. Because I'm not, cause someone, I'm not doing this like I'm, like, like my life has to be documented because it's so unique and sacred. No. Unfortunately, well, for me it is. Oh, hell. I don't compare myself to nobody, so what I'm going through, it's a pretty big fucking deal. Because it's me. I live with myself. So, instead of being in my head, journaling it's cool. But I always have that. I've lost so much. And I don't want to have something physically that I wrote on that's going to get lost. Not that I'm going to save it, because I journal all the time, but I ever go back on it. Like, I take a lot of notes, because all I do is, I'm always engaging with educational topics. And I deep dive, and it's so fun. And so I take notes all the time. And sometimes if it's on a video, then it just takes longer to transcribe over, because I'm very detailed. I have that the complex trauma and CPTSD and ADHD too. But that perfectionism, that's a bitch. And probably the autism slips in where it has to be accurate, and perfectionism has to be categories right, and it has to look aesthetically, you know, pleasing. Like I don't like if I'm numbering something, I want the margin there, and then categories, subcategories, and but perfect's never perfect, and I'm a very excessive person. But in the middle of on a mushroom binge, which I totally miscalculated. It was a very hot day, and going from, I don't know where we're going to. We're going to a hotel room, but everything just thrown in the car, and living out of a car with dogs. I don't know, like one of those hot days you can't breathe. And then you're going in, I have to wash clothes and just almost like reorganize the car while you're in the hotel room, because in the city there's nowhere to clean your car, and so there's nowhere to clean your car. When you're homeless, man, every day's a survival, and there's nowhere to clean your car because it just looks bad. You don't have a yard to do it in or a house to do it in. People are so nosy, and you don't want to put on any alerts like that you're homeless living in your car, because it's against the law and it's frowned upon, and people definitely call the police on you. I've had the police call on me, I think, 4 times. And what was I doing? One, I was just sitting a couple of times I was just sitting in the car and organizing the car. When I clean, I never knew it was overwhelming, but Arthur's always very frigid. He cleans like, he probably just shoves everything under the carpet rug or in the closet, so it's quick and it looks clean. I'm excessive. Like, I take everything out. Like, I empty out to save room. I empty out the room or the car. I empty out the car. Then you clean. Then you clean the surfaces and the walls and the top and the windows. So I gut it out. Then you deep clean it. If it's carpet, you dry it. You just do all that shit. And then I just like to put all the objects back where they belong. Like, have a place for everything and clean them up. Before you put them back, and then you put them back in a nice, organized way, a functional way, and very categorized. Like the lotion or the toiletries all go here. Just everything in order. Even down to like when I hang up my clothes, I go by sleeve lengths. Like for my blouses or dresses. Well, the blouses, tops would go first. So sleeveless and little spaghetti sleeves, and then it goes all the way down to long sleeves. So everything's all like in order, like of the sleeve. Because that determines, like if it's wintry or hot or whatever. So after the blouses, and the dress is the same concept. And then color coded. Then I had special hangers for the special clothes, like that one dress that it could be simple, casual, or dressy, just with shoes or a belt, and it's super comfortable, and the fabric's like excellent. And if you're too like you get bloated, or like no matter how you are, like your health is or your body is, it's just a go-to dress. And those are on the special hangers, because I have this thing called object permanence. So if the object, it's not in front of me, it's like poof, it never existed until I see it again. Then I remembered, oh, how much I loved it. And it's always like, how the hell could I ever forget it? The thing was like, wow, it blows my mind. But sometimes if I don't even remember it, it's like, oh, this is so cool. I always just chalk it off as the future me. The future me, because it's, I find like taste like treats because it's something so me, because it is me. And I have a very eclectic style and taste. Taste, I mean, is in designs. Food wise, food's, you have to eat, and there's not a lot of things like I enjoy. I just go with what's safe. Like at Del Taco, it's just down the street from my house. I always look at the whole menu though. One time I did order something different off the menu and it turned out to be good. But most time, I don't do it. There's something I'm curious about it. It said Jacked Up Burritos. And I'm like, Jacked Up Burritos, I like the name. I don't like the rice. It's not real rice. For me. But it may be for everyone too. Who knows? But the Jacked Up green bean burrito, I like that. But I'm simple. I get bean burrito, green. I always got extra onions, but they started changing. They charge 40 cents or 40 something cents for onions to add. And it's just the principle to me. It's like, how rude. They have to charge for onions. So extra onions would be like 80 cents. And I'm still on yesterday's prices. It's 2026. And I'm still thinking, the burritos used to be 99 cents. And I always had a 2-for-1 card. So like 50 cents for a burrito. And now it's like, God, what is it now? Like $2.79 for one. Man, I grew up when a dollar menu was like a dollar menu. I don't know how I grew up. I never went fast food growing up. Just when my kids were growing up. Yeah. It's funny. There's other people in their cars. One thing too, I never checked into it. Like, in my marriage, I was married 22 years. And there was surveillance all the time. And like, there's security cameras, man, all through the house. Like, facing my bed, facing my bedroom door, walking out. Right when I walk out, I'd be in the hallway. So facing the hallway. Then right when you hit the hallway, if you the direct right would be the door. So it'd be one on the wall facing the door. And then on the kitchen, like, where you wash the dishes. And right when you walk out the door and the back door. So all the doors are to the outside are covered. Not covered, they have cameras. And I guess it would be on an app. Well, I not guess. It was, these things are cool. They're nice. Those Latitone things. But anyways, it would be on the phone. And this is a while ago too. So this technology's been kind of around. I'm not a techie person. But so it'd be on the phone. And I bet you something psychological to your brain, because it would be live on the TV. Like, it'd be connected straight, a live stream on the TV. And so each camera, just like in a store, they have all these cameras. So the screen has all these the different camera views. And that was normal. I remember my husband was saying, like, so the kids, like, between the two of us, he'd like, oh, I know they took it. And I'm like, and I just never said anything. Or I guess he would talk and go one ear and out the other. Because he talks so loud. And oh my God, he was long-winded. And just only, like, wants to hear how right he is. And I have ADHD. I can't take all that talking. Kind of odd though, huh? Because like now I'm the only one talking. I asked IEI, the chat box, AI, about that. I'm like, dang, this is kind of narcissistic of me, because I'm like, will it make me become a narcissist if I'm not one? Because it's all about me. It's like, our poor children, man, are they going to ever have a chance to have humility and patience and like that drive to where information like was hard? You had to work hard. Like recipes, they have recipe books, yeah, or your grandma's recipe or your mom's recipe. But now, there's YouTube, and you could YouTube anything. And now they even have it more like, okay, I only have these 3 ingredients. I have an egg, let's say, I don't know, a corn tortilla, and I don't know, a can of corned beef. And it'll give you like several different recipes what those can be. Now that they even have fucking cookies. Although I haven't tried. No, actually, I did try. I did try. I love those shorts. Like Facebook, yeah. YouTube, they don't. It's not the same. Facebook, I have a good lineup. Oh my god, Facebook has the best. But they call them. They're not shorts. Reels, I think. I don't know. Everyone has their like they take this shit seriously. And not that I don't, but I take myself seriously. So, I just like, if I'm gonna talk about my life, might as well I don't pretty things up like editing and shit, but really I don't pretty them up because it's just in real time. So, it's been 2 very hot fucking days. An official shower. I probably had a shower a couple days ago though. But today at kiddie pool I was laying in because it's so hot. But water can help with any heat. Oh my god. I have Graves' disease too, so I have a really intolerance to heat. This hot air. And my ex-boyfriend friend, he's so oh my gosh. He's a handful, and I created a beast. But I didn't like make him. He was already that way, and I just enabled that motherfucker like a motherfucker. But, when you know better, you do better. But damn. I definitely, mistakes. I made a few. Am I a victim? Technically, I am. Like, seriously, people do me dirty. But, do I blame them? Fuck no. Because I'm a baddie. I'm a badass. No, that's, I take responsibility for everything in my life. And even if I was a victim, it wasn't I don't want to say fault because nobody does shit on purpose. Some of us got dealt our hands we didn't get dealt a full deck. That kind of sounds like your brain. But with people a person can give you mental health issues or mental, whatever that's called. They could create mental health. I used to think it was intentional, but now I really deep dive into trauma responses, and that changed everything for me. Because like I said, since 2016, that's when life slowly started changing for me. And ever since then, it's it just changes every day. Life is amazing. I'm truly blessed. On paper, wow. Paper, probably not so good. I bet you if I was on paper and you were to see like if someone was describing me to you, you'd think, wow, get away from that woman. And it would be rightfully so. But there's a reason, not really an excuse, but a reason. Oh shit. A reason, there's just a lot of good shit that, and a lot of not so good shit. I'm like, my life has been like a perfect tragedy. Notice how I said perfect. Not to compare to anyone else's tragedy or life, but it's a doozy. It's a doozy. And you know what? And it's been so much of a doozy. I had a year in hell, and I don't deserve that anymore. And not that I accepted it or I was any less than, but now I know I don't have to live this way. Right now, I don't stay where I'm not wanted, because I have a lot to offer and leave behind. I'm a bundle of sunshine, damn it. But you know, on paper, that would be like a perfect contradiction. Maybe it's just my take on shit, because I'm not all like positive, yay, hippie dippity stuff. And I'm no different from anybody else. That's a good thing, because nobody's perfect. So you know, I've been around a lot of shamers and people who just want to tear me down. I don't know why. Maybe, you know, I don't have the ability to hate, or I just don't. And now, the more I learn about myself, man, I fucking love myself. You know, just nothing. I don't take anything personal, and even if it is personal, it's someone's opinion. You know, I don't have any friends. I really don't. Love, yeah. I can't say that. I can't say that I have love, or I've ever experienced true love other than from a dog. But I love, and that's my experience. And if people like were in my life like that really fucked me up and fucked me over, did they ever love me? Was it really true? And maybe they did, maybe they don't. And our definition is definitely probably way different. And that's fine. That's them. That's me. But their opinions, I just, I could take it in and just, whatever, whatever to make of it. Because I'm responsible for me and to keep me alive and to not let anyone, I guess I'm reparenting myself. And I take that job very seriously. And so I don't just take on anyone's information at face value. I take what I want, leave what I don't. But not in an arrogant way. Because I'm into growth. And you can't grow if you don't handle your shit. So I take in stuff that, I don't go by just what my perspective is. Because I do love on myself. And when things go shitty, I feel for myself. And I understand myself. And I accept myself. I'm perfectly imperfect, and I have a beautiful heart, and I have a beautiful heart, and I have a mad heart. I got mad love. Something like that. But I'm also highly sensitive and very delicate and very feminine. And then I'm tough and stubborn and resilient. And then I'm fragile. I'm homeless. And now I'm don't gaslight I would say I gaslight my kids. You know, I sugarcoated my reality is sugarcoated. Or it's just, I guess how I perceive it. Because I'm no longer living in a car, which kind of sucks. I don't have access to a car now. So that's going to be a big bummer. I have internet, though, but I had my internet on this phone, a government phone, for a month, and it's off, so. But it's something that should be fixed. But to be stranded somewhere and not have internet, not around people, family that you know, and I'm living in a tent now. At least it's a new tent, but almost like Fred Sanford's backyard. But I guess like I'm in a difficult situation. Like I don't have very many options because I have my 2 dogs. And I was staying at my daughter's house. She was actually inviting me in this time. And the same thing happened. It's just not going to work. Because I had my dog, my husky, and now I don't have him anymore. I just have the 2 daughters. And, yeah, they kept wanting me to get rid of my dogs whenever I'm there. And at first it was so confusing, like, because I still stay, I live small. But, you know, I'm working on myself. And I don't know. It's because I'm very adaptable. And some things, I guess, aren't big enough for me, but they should be. Because it could look like, on the outside, someone can look like bad at the people around me and not really think that I'm the one who chose this. Like my daughter's house, I was living in a tent in this Mojave heat. But I chose to be there because, you know, I'm with my dogs. I'm not going to such close quarter with my dogs for a year since they were puppies. And we went through hell. And, you know, these girls, they survived parvo. I had a litter of 10 puppies, homeless, living in a car. And two died by parvo. You know. My kids, they're not one to understand that deep level of bond and connection and camaraderie and love and familyness. Because, yeah, I'm just a mom in mourning. And, you know, not a recovering, but, you know, out of 22 years of domestic violence and coercive control. Ooh, and what my parents did to me. I'm like an orphan now, too. After my son died, I lost my parents, like, the very next day. They're alive, but they're no longer, I don't have them in my life anymore. And that's a grief. What is it, bereavement grief? I forgot what it was. But you're grieving the living. Ambiguity grief, something like that. But even losing my son and my baby grandson, and my best friend, my nephew, my best friend, my nephew, and my grandsons, and my daughter, alienation. I feel for any parent, grandparent, actually anybody that's been alienated. That's its own living hell. My son who passed away, his 2 surviving boys, they were 2 and 4 at the time. Last time I saw and heard from them was December 17, 2021. And this is after they became orphans. Both their parents died and their baby brother. It's it's my own sadness, then the sadness for the situation, the sadness for my son who's deceased, and what the boys are going through. Like, I'm a loving grandma. I'm a fun grandma. I'm like, they were my everything wonderful, and it was closer than close. It was the kind of just a love that you feel in your bones. Like, I could still feel their bodies, their hugs, and the fucked up situation, and just the flat out hatred that that was but people that didn't even know me. And just the situation too of the family, not that I know anything bad, but from what I know of family members, and this was told by their mother, the gangs and definitely domestic violence, all types of violence. I'm not saying that, but within that family there was sexual abuse, there's carjacking. Like, they were just roughneck people. One of the aunts carjacked a car. It was a lady, and the lady had a baby in the car, and the woman threw the baby out. The mother's chasing her. She ran over the mother twice and threw the baby out down the street. And that's not like an isolated incident, but that's not saying the foster parent, that's them. The mother lived with me for 8 years. My grandson's mom, my 3 grandsons, and my son's fiance. She definitely was like a daughter to me. And she grew up in the foster care system. She was one of 12 kids. And I met her. Her and her twin sister my son had snuck him in his room that he shared with his brother. And he did an extra kid I had. Not fostering, just I had a lot of extended family, extended kids. Just a lot of kids that I guess aged out of their own families. Like, they became teenagers, and I don't want to say throwaway, but just the parents didn't know the worth of the kid, I guess. I don't know. The majority of the time, you never even meet their parents. It's weird. It's like the people that, it's a shame, really. Maybe they see me as ashamed with maybe processing shame. Like, I know that to be true, because I borrowed money from, I didn't even borrow it. My dad, right after my son died, a month after, my dad sold my house that I own. Right after my son, out of his retaliating. Yeah, I had repressed memories of like some abuse, years of it, lots of it. After my son died, it came back, and my dad's my best friend. And he lives in Arizona. So does my mom. My mom lives on the reservation now, and my dad, different towns. They've been divorced since 1982, so. Never remarried, neither one of them. I don't think, the way my dad talks, I don't think they were married. I'm at Target, so I'm going to proceed. I don't like buying bags. So where's my bag? Okay, I got it in my arm. Yeah. You get so many bags. Oh, and now, God, I wonder if it's buying bags in I think it is. I don't know, because now paper bags are just paper. There's no more plastics. Although late, oh, not a paper bag. I just, the paper bags tear. You know, why buy them or get them free? They're just, they're so big they take up your trash. You know what? I found out too, I'm talking to you before I even go in the store. When I found out that I had agoraphobia, I thought that's why. But I didn't make connections right away. Because it's hard for me to transition, and that's an ADHD thing. But I found out recently that this is, what is it? It's not symptoms when it's like something, maybe it presents as, you know, when you're assessed at a hospital, like this person presents with. I have a phone. My phone's to stop working. Yeah, normally I'm not so messy, but it's fucking hot. And who really cares? You know what I'm saying? Who really cares? Okay. Make sure I have my key. Oh man, I should have kept my hair a while ago. Got it, yes. There's so much security and AI, and I don't like to have anyone. I don't like to be watched, so why give reasons to? Zip up and. Okay. I don't want to be gone long. The main reason I'm going tonight, well, for one, I have a car. And, you know, I'm really getting to get the dogs. I was going to lock the door, damn it. Oh, well, no one's going to break in. What do you call it? The dog's food. Because they have their kibble, but the kibble's not that. Nutrition and, I don't know, it's kibble. Oh my god, I have all these patches on me. Who cares? Now, good lord. It's almost like to the year. My baby Bianca's pregnant.